Welcome to video 2, and in this video we're going to talk about how your emotional shutdown is killing your marriage. And shutdown is the same thing as where you walk away, or where you just shut down and stare at the wall, you stop talking to her, or where you blow up out of anger and start dismissing her. All three of those are all included in this shutdown process. So let's get into the video over here. The raw truth about being real. So in the last video we talked about facing the facts of your relationship, but here's what comes next with those facts. Raw feelings. And it's raw. That's the word we use to describe it here. It's raw to be real because with that realness comes rawness. Most men have been living so disconnected from their feelings that when they start to feel again, it's overwhelming. It's uncomfortable. It's raw, right? But here's what you need to understand. Your emotional shutdown is the #1 thing that is destroying your relationship. So how you were trained not to feel. From the time you were a young boy, you were taught that big boys don't cry. Stop being so sensitive. Dude, you need to man up. Don't be emotional. Keep it together. And I'm not trying to tell you to be a wimpy little boy here, but there's depth to this, and I'll get to that here in a little bit. You were taught that expressing your feelings was inappropriate, unacceptable, and unwanted. But here's the catch. There was some feelings that you were allowed to express. Positive feelings were okay, right? Happiness was acceptable. Success and achievement emotions, well, they're welcomed. But pain, sadness, frustration, anger, hurt, confusion, put that stuff away. Stuff it down. Do not feel it. Most men were not taught to feel at all. So what your wife actually needs. Here's what most men don't understand. Your wife doesn't connect with your thoughts. She connects with your feelings. When she says things like, I can't feel you, she's not talking about the physical touch. She's saying that I can't feel any emotion coming out of you at all. Think about it. When was the last time you expressed genuine excitement to her, right? When did you last show real vulnerability? Have you shared your actual fears and dreams recently with her? Can she feel your passion about anything? Right? She's not asking you to be weak. She's asking you to be real, right? And there are two types of feelings. Just like playing a piano on the keyboard, it has both the low notes and the high notes, right? You have dark feelings. These are the low notes: anger, sadness, frustration, fear, disappointment, hurt, right? Those are the low notes on the piano. The high notes, they're called the light feelings, right? That's joy, excitement, peace, love, gratitude, and hope. And here's the key. You need both to create beautiful music. So why you've sedated your feelings? Most men live in a sedated state, right? They numb out to the ups and downs of life, right? They go through the motions. They're feeling nothing deep at all, right? Existing in an emotional flatline, right? You've put a lid on your truth. So your experience of life is sedated, right? You're experiencing life in a sedated way. Why? Because feelings, they're risky. You might get hurt. You might get rejected. You might look weak. You might lose control. So instead of feeling, you think. Instead of experiencing, you analyze, right? And this is how it shows up in your relationship. During a conflict, you go logical while your wife goes emotional. You try to solve her feelings instead of feeling with her. You shut down and go silent. You dismiss her emotions as irrational, right? And during intimacy, you're physically present, but you're emotionally absent. Sex has become mechanical. She feels like she's having sex with a robot. You wonder why she's not interested anymore. And then during daily life, you give her facts, but no feelings. She asks you how your day was, and you gave her a data download. You're physically there, but you're emotionally checked out. She feels lonely even when you're together. So the power that you're missing in all this communication with God, operates through feelings. Think about it. How does your God speak to you? Through feelings and intuition. How do you know when something is right? You feel it. How do you connect with your purpose? Well, through passion and calling. When you shut down your feelings, you shut down your connection to God. And here's the relationship truth. The deepest connection that you've ever had with your wife came through an exchange of feelings. Not through logical conversations, not through problem solving, but through feeling together. Strength and vulnerability. Most men think that vulnerability equals weakness. But here's the truth. Vulnerability equals strength, right? Real strength is being able to feel deeply and not get destroyed by it, right? Sharing your heart and not needing her reaction to validate you. Expressing emotion from a place of power and not neediness. Being fully present to her feelings without losing yourself. So if she comes to you with a comment or remark that's designed to kind of hurt you because she's hurt herself, we don't take that as a critical moment of our character flaws. We understand that as the feeling behind the words. She said these words, our logical brain is able to bypass that, feel what's behind that. We all say this all the time. Women don't say what they mean, and that's why, because they're speaking with their emotions, and their words are not designed for the logical interpretation of them. She's trying to express an emotion, and she's a hurt woman too, and so she doesn't know how to do it properly. But we are learning as men to be able to handle that appropriately so that we can guide her to use better words next time. And that's the whole goal of this. This is why I say that when you change as the man, your whole relationship changes, right? Weak men shut down because they can't handle that intensity. Strong men open up because they can handle anything. So how do we start to feel again? The first step is to acknowledge what you've been doing. Admit that you've been emotionally shut down. Stop pretending you're just not emotional. We're humans. We are all emotional, no matter which way you bend the stick. So step 2, give yourself permission to feel. You're not a robot. You are a human being. You were designed to feel the full range of emotions. And step 3, start with the dark feelings. What are you actually angry about? What are you disappointed about? What are you afraid of? What hurts, right? And then step 4, separate the facts from the feelings. The facts are, she rejected my sexual advance. The feelings are, I felt hurt. I felt rejected. I feel frustrated. Both are true. Both matter. So don't confuse the two of them. So the catalyst of emotions here. And here's something that might surprise you. Your dark feelings often give you more fire than your light feelings. Anger at mediocrity can fuel massive change. Frustration with your current reality can create urgency. Fear of losing what matters can generate action. Disappointment in yourself can spark transformations. Your feelings aren't the enemy, they are your fuel. I can't tell you how many times I told my child to go do something because I was too lazy to get up off the couch. And then I heard a crash, right? I got this immense surge of emotions, and I leapt off the couch and I ran upstairs to see if he was okay, right? My emotion that I was tied to hearing that sound gave me the energy that I was originally avoiding to get up off the couch and go do what I'm doing. How many times has anger, when you feel this rush of anger, caused you to get up off the couch and go do something, caused you to speed faster or slow down? Road rage, you see that all the time. Road rage gives people an immense amount of energy to do dumb things. Right? So emotions are where all of our energy is tied to. And if we can tap into that energy, man, we can transform the world. So here's what that looks like in practicality. Instead of, fine, whatever you want, try, I'm feeling frustrated because I'd really like to connect with you tonight. Instead of the silent treatment when you're upset, try, I'm feeling hurt and I need a few minutes to process this. My wife did this all the time. She'd expect an answer immediately. And so I'd have to pause and think through what I was actually going through before I can give a good response. And not a good response as I said the right thing, but to give an honest response so that we can resolve this conflict together. But I need a couple minutes to process what she just brought to me, right? And instead of, how was your day? Good. Well, try, I'm feeling excited about this project at work, or I'm feeling stressed about insert topic here, right? She doesn't need you to have it all figured out, but she does need you to be real. So your assignment for the next few days, practice this, a morning check-in. How am I feeling right now? What emotions am I aware of? Don't judge them, just notice them. And then in the evening reflection, what did I feel today? How did I shut down today, right? When was I most alive today emotionally? And then with your wife, share this with her. Share one thing or share one real feeling each day. Not a thought disguised as a feeling, an actual emotion. So what's coming next? In the next video, we're going to talk about focus, specifically figuring out what you actually want. See, most men are crystal clear about what they don't want. I don't want her to nag. I don't want to be rejected. I don't want to fight. But ask them what they do want, and they go blank. Like most of you guys are thinking, well, I know what I want, but then when you actually go to write it on paper, it's not as easy as you think it is. It's not as crystal clear as you think it is. So we can't create a vision from what you don't want. We can only create it from what you do want. And that's what we're going to talk about next. Facts give you the foundation, feelings give you the fuel, and focus gives you the direction. So I'll see you in the next video.